This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
So, I didn't know what to do today, so I did this poll overnight, on streampoll.tv, and the poll went like this. I think it was like, maybe like 15% for Sekiro New Game Plus, and then it was like, I think I want to say like 40%, or 30% for Donkey Kong Country 3, and then the rest, which was like a resounding, like 50%, was for World War Z. So it was like this all night long, okay? I wake up this morning, the poll is also the same, and I'm like, okay, so I post up on Twitter at like 9:30, well, it looks like we're playing World War Z today, you know, per the results of the poll, so I hope the game is good, and it ends up being fun like Left 4 Dead was. So I buy the game, I install the game, I get all ready for today's stream, and then I look at the poll last minute, and it says, oh, it's a tie. I'm like, now wait a minute. Now wait a fucking minute. I announce on Twitter that World War Z won the poll. I buy the game, I install it. All of a sudden, within like 30 minutes, hundreds of votes come in for Donkey Kong Country 3. Bullshit. That's what I said, called bullshit. Apparently, you know, whoever these parties are who mess with my polls to try to skew results or whatever, apparently saw my tweet about World War Z winning and said, oh, I want to fuck with Phil. So they ran to the poll and put in like over 100 fake votes to game the poll. There's no way there would have been over 100 votes in 30 minutes when I had already announced a winner. It's just horseshit. Okay? So sadly, what it looks like to me is that even this place, this streampoll.tv, even this is not immune from trolling when it comes to polling. It just seems like there is no good place to do a public poll at all. That it just seems like no matter where you do it, people can fuck with the poll. So, it really seems like the only place you can have a controlled environment is your own website. Like, for example, thekingofhate.com, I do a poll on the forums, right? That can be a controlled environment because it requires you to register your account, and you're not going to have someone putting in 400 registered, you know, bots in order to try to skew a poll over there. You see what I mean? It's too much work. Sadly, though, I know what would happen. If I tried to do one of these polls on thekingofhate.com, you'd probably get like 30 people voting. That's it. As opposed to this poll I did overnight, supposedly I had over 400 people who voted. You see what I mean? So that's always the problem with trying to do polling in a controlled environment, is because you have to jump through hoops to do it, i.e. register for a forum or whatever. Way less people will do it. So, for now, I'm happy with the result. We're going to play World War Z today. We're going to check it out. But, you know, for more serious things, like, for example, coming up, if we hit the subscriber goal for this month, I'm going to be doing what's called a Viewer's Choice event. And if you're not aware, the Viewer's Choice event is going to be where everyone is going to be able to nominate and vote on games as long as we hit the subscriber goal of 600 subs for this month, which, by the way, we're on an upward trend. Subs are going up every day, which is a good thing. So, if that's the case, I think I need to do that in a controlled environment. I just can't have people willy-nilly voting and skewing polls and shit. So, for that event, I'm probably going to require, if you want to nominate and then vote on the games for that Viewer's Choice special event, you're going to have to register for my forums, and you're going to have to, you know, you're going to have to post up there. You see what I mean? Or vote there.
No, 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 no. Okay, well, maybe, no, and... No!
But for these public polls, I think I'm just going to do them, you know, I don't know, random. Maybe I'll just go back to Twitter. Because, like I said, this stream poll seemed to work. And then all of a sudden, last minute, over 100 votes coming out of fucking nowhere within 30 minutes, which is complete horseshit. So, obviously, it's nothing. No one is safe, as they say. No matter where you hold these public polls, people have found ways to fuck with them. So, it is what it is. Okay. So, anyway, getting back on topic. So, today, per your votes, we are going to be checking out World War Z. So I've heard that basically this game is okay if you play it with AI, but that the AI can basically be pretty stupid and not do certain objectives that you need to progress in each stage. So really, ideally, what you need to do is team up with humans. Of course, you guys know whenever I team up with humans, people troll them. And what's going to end up happening is, more than likely, people will message the randoms who I'm teaming with and say, "Are
You Fred, that's Darkside Phil you're playing with, and he's a scammer, and he's a pedo, and he's a masturbator, and he's this and that." Phil, the infamous multi-time masturbator. That's right. He has masturbated a ridiculous amount of times, at least 3 on stream, and he's done it in front of thousands of children, and, he's a horrible human being. Wow, Phil. You really have a bad rep because of these nasty things you've done on the internet.
and then they get all these pop-ups because, the common player is not a streamer. The common player is not like me, so they probably got all their pop-up messages on and everything, and all of a sudden they're going to get random messages from fucking assholes spamming them, saying that you're playing with Darkside Phil, and it basically just makes it a bad time because then they might get on the mic and talk about it, and it just derails everything.
But I'll be honest, all I can really taste is salt.
So, it's basically kind of a trade-off. I could try playing this game with AI and see how it goes. I don't know how it's going to go. It could be pretty shitty. I could play it with randoms, but if I do that, I have to mute the mic. I just have to, because that's going to happen. So there you go. Like, that would be the two options. Either playing with the mic muted, or doing just with AI. And you know what? I remember when I played Left 4 Dead back in the day, it was kind of the same thing. Not that people would troll the way that they do today, but you'd get a lot of annoying people randomly on the mic. We'll see how it goes and go from there. And of course, Bailey and Tufo completely ignoring what I just said. He says, I wouldn't worry about it. Not everyone is a troll. I didn't say that they're trolls. I'm saying if you're just a random person, you don't know anything about Darkside Phil, you never heard of him, right? You never heard of this guy. And you're playing World War Z random with a random team, and you're playing the game with some people, and all of a sudden, you get blown up. Your inbox starts getting pegged with inbox in-messages.
Do you know there's like a guy in our group right now who's like streaming this whole thing? He's sort of like semi-famous.
Oh, yeah, I think that's Darkside Phil. He was the guy that got caught for masturbating in front of children. Yeah, that's so
in front of children.
He was caught masturbating. I think he's like 35 years old.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was masturbating in front of children.
That's
on
right.
YouTube live stream. Hilarious. He's like he's a pervert or something. I think he's a
That's
pervert
right, I'm a
or
huge
something.
pervert, guys. That's all I do. I just masturbate constantly in front of children. You're absolutely right. That's what I'm known for.
You got exposed for doing that.
I got
that's like-
completely exposed. Absolutely.
Yeah, you did. You didn't
I
even
know.
know the camera was
You
on.
know every inch of
Are you the guy?
every inch of my dick
Are
and
you
balls.
the guy?
Right? You know
Are you
every
the
inch of
guy?
my dick and balls.
It's the guy watching his Twitch.
Is that really him? Is he the
Yes.
one that got caught?
Yes.
Really? He was the guy that got caught masturbating in front of children. I think he's
I'm
like
literally
30.
watching his
That's
He's
Twitch
like in his
right
30s
now.
or something. He's in his 30s and he did that in front of children.
That's right. Yes.
But
On-
I've seen
on
so much.
purpose.
I'm a fan.
What?
I don't know what to say.
Of course. Of course, and I did it on purpose. That's why I'm still on Twitch and I'm still on YouTube and not banned, right?
Yeah, so you didn't get banned? You didn't get fired from any MCNs or anything, right?
No.
You didn't get fired from Machinima? No?
No. No, I didn't.
No? Oh, you didn't,
No.
you didn't get released? And what about Laveria? Laveria,
Oh
what did
my
they do?
god.
They dropped you.
No, they
cut you
didn't.
when they found out that video. And I really feel bad for Leanna because she seriously has mentally
my God.
problems.
Here we
I
go.
feel bad
Oh,
for
this
her.
is really
I feel bad
personal.
for her because Leanna is innocent. And you're the one.
Here we go.
You're playing with Darkside Phil. He's a nasty person. He's this, he's that. All the bullshit slander that people always say about me. You're gonna obviously bring it up, right? You're like, wow, my inbox just got fucking destroyed by a bunch of people saying stupid shit about someone I'm playing with. What is this nonsense? And then you might start reading it, and that's exactly what's happened in other games that I've played. And it completely derails everything. So it's not that people are trolls, it's that the trolls harass the people. And then the people react appropriately, and that's what happens. Okay? So it has nothing to do with, oh, not everyone's a troll. That's just a stupid statement. I didn't say that the people would be trolls, that they're going to get harassed. So the best way to go about it is just to leave it muted. So if this does happen, there's zero impact on the game, because I'm not going to hear any reaction because it's muted. You see what I mean? Okay? I mean, I was $40. And so, you know, $40 for a game like this, I hope that it has some kind of longevity. At least it wasn't a full 60, but at the same time, dropping $40 on a game that I may only play once or twice is kind of it's demanding. Especially with, you know, the way things are going with me behind the scenes financially and everything. I don't have a lot of, you know, disposable income. So, I basically got to do my best to, you know, get something out of this game. I hope it's good. I hope you guys like watching it. I hope I enjoy playing it. And I hope maybe this is something I play at least another 1 to 2 times. So at least we get something out of it. Alright, we start off today with Drunk Mike Tyson, who basically said 2 really stupid things in his cheers. The first is, what are your thoughts on the furry community? I have no thoughts on it. I don't care. And Drunk Mike Tyson also said, congrats on getting married. Should we expect a baby on the way marathon? No, because number 1, we're not having kids, and number 2, I wouldn't run a marathon for it. But thanks for being stupid.
Highly toxic materials approaching. Why am I toxic? More toxic, more toxic.
Shout out to Real Talk Mod Me, who cheers as you can play World War Z by yourself with the AI. The AI is actually pretty good, but they have flaws when it comes to doing objectives or helping teammates when swarm. I recommend playing with at least 1 human control player. Also, the game has multiple classes and characters that change depending on the map. But it's definitely a zombie game in the Left 4 Dead genre. The game is definitely worth $40. Well, thank you for that little summary. Very much, Real Talk Mod Me. Appreciate that. And the landscapers just turned on all their equipment, so I'm going to go close my window. Hold on. That's very loud. I swear to God, I swear the landscapers know my schedule and purposely show up when I start. Because if you guys have been here, you know, over the years, since I've lived here in Washington, it seems like no matter what, when I start streaming is when the landscapers start. Because I used to stream much later. If you guys remember, I used to stream at noon or later, is when I used to start my streams. And then, you know, in the past couple of years, I rolled the clock back and I now stream way earlier and way more in one day. But how hilarious is it? It used to be, you know, I would start streaming at noon and then they would turn their shit on. And now I start streaming at 10, and now they turn their shit on now.
Well, sadly, we've got a couple trolls here, so I'm just going to ban. There's a nice lean-in manual ban. Take care of the idiots, so that way they don't derail the stream chat. All right, they're out of here. Almighty Piggy, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for the sub.
Lawlerman is just curious. Do you believe pre-streams are therapeutic in nature? You get to speak to your viewership, share what's going on with you, and get to unwind. Was always curious. Yeah, it's a great way to start the day. Here's why. Because if I didn't do a pre-stream, I just jumped right into gameplay. What if I got something to talk about? What if there's something on my mind? What if there's a hot topic that happened overnight? It could be gaming news or whatever that I'm not aware of, right? And it's really these pre-streams that allow me to get that out. I can tell you about all the news and the schedule and everything. You guys tell me about stuff that's going on. That's why I really like doing these pre-streams. And as I said, you know, maybe that's why, quite frankly, Ask the King may end up kind of going the way of the dinosaur. Because I basically do a Q&A show every morning, whenever I start up, right? So there's really, you know, is there really a point to doing a full-on Q&A show every 2 months when I do Q&A every morning and most of your questions get answered right away, right? I love it.
That's really sad. God damn, dude, that's depressing as fuck.
And that's another thing, like some people say, what happened to your podcast, Hate Live? What's the point of Hate Live? I don't need to do it because I talk with you guys every day. When I changed over to a full-on interactive streamer in 2017, I knew there were going to be big adjustments, and one of the biggest adjustments is having this interactivity with you guys every morning. So, naturally, by doing this, it's going to make other things extinct. Because it used to just be gameplay videos that are just the gameplay, and that's it. It wasn't interactivity. There wasn't none of this. Now you're getting this every day, so what's the point of having the shows dedicated for it? You see what I mean? Let's check out World War Z. I think at first what I'll try to do is team up with randoms, see how that goes. And then after that, maybe team up with AI if I need to, but maybe just teaming up with randoms will work. Sadly, I do need to have the voice chat muted, which sucks. But that's just life. You can't have people being bombarded with messages and start talking about it. You know, the trolls want to get their way, and I'm not going to allow that to happen. Okay, so.
That's basically how to be an asshole 101. That's what it is. Listen, child. Learn how to be an irresponsible asshole who annoys people and gets into trouble constantly. And I wouldn't want a kid to watch that. I'd want them to learn morality and responsibility and not watch that shit and make these people virally popular and rich and fucking famous. What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a racist. Phil's a scammer. DSP's a pedophile. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis. Alright, I'm not dead, but I swear to God I wish I fucking was.